So what is the Affidavit of Documents anyway? Let's talk about this today. The Affidavit of Documents is an important court document in Ontario civil lawsuits. I'm Natalie Gerry, the principal lawyer and founder with Gerry Law. I help injured people get the compensation they deserve for their injury. I want to clarify this term for you so that it seems less scary. The Affidavit of Documents is an important court document in your lawsuit. This is where both the plaintiff and the defendant disclose the evidence that they have in their possession. So the term sounds complex, but the concept is actually quite straightforward. Here are the key points that you need to know, and I'm going to go through 7 important points to know about the Affidavit of Documents. So first of all, you should understand what the purpose is of the Affidavit of Documents. The purpose is to ensure transparency in the lawsuit by requiring both parties to reveal all evidence that they intend to rely on if the file goes to a trial. So this prevents last-minute surprises, and this is unlike the dramatic courtroom reveals seen on TV where there's a surprise document that just seals the case in one party's favor. This is just not how it works. In Ontario, the litigation process is very transparent. Throughout each step, the parties have to be disclosing the evidence they intend to rely on, and they will be telling the other party usually the arguments that they will be making to allow the other party to have the time to respond. So the Affidavit of Documents allows the judge and the opposing lawyer to see and assess all relevant evidence well in advance of any court dates. And this is the main purpose, is to provide that disclosure. The second thing to know is about the contents of the Affidavit of Documents. The document itself is structured into sections called schedules, and each schedule serves a specific purpose. So Schedule A lists all the documents in the possession of the party signing the affidavit, and it says that these are the documents that they're willing to share with the other side and the court. And all of these documents will be listed with the name of the document and the date. And this includes documents not only that you physically have, but documents that you would be able to obtain. So this includes documents that your lawyer can get for you from your medical providers, or even tax documents that might be relevant to the proceeding. So they do have to be relevant. It's not just any document that you have, it's relevant documents to your lawsuit. Schedule B lists privileged documents that are relevant to the case but cannot be disclosed, or that are not being disclosed because of legal protection. So this could be because there are communications between the client and their lawyer, and that would be a legitimate reason for listing these in Schedule B and for not providing them to the other side. Schedule C lists documents that are relevant to the case but that have been lost or that are no longer in the possession of the party. Schedule D applies to claims that are under $200,000, and that would be in the simplified rules, and this contains a list of witnesses, so people who may have personal knowledge about the issues in the case, along with their contact information. The third important thing to know about the Affidavit of Documents is the section about the lawyer's certificate. The Affidavit of Documents includes a lawyer's certificate where the lawyer certifies that they have explained to their client the importance of disclosing relevant evidence. They have reviewed what type of documents must be shared with the client, and that they have explained to the client the requirement to disclose those documents. For claims that are in the simplified procedure, so at this point under $200,000, it also states that they have explained, the lawyer has explained to the client the requirement to include the witness list in Schedule D. So this ensures that the court knows that the client understands their responsibilities about evidence disclosure because the lawyer has stated that they have explained them to the client. The fourth important thing to know about the Affidavit of Documents is the swearing of the Affidavit of Documents. So the document must be signed by both the party providing the evidence and their lawyer. Swearing Reading the affidavit or signing it confirms that the information provided is accurate and complete to the best of the party's knowledge. So this is an important part to the affidavit. It is the swearing part where you are saying that these are all of the documents that you have and putting that so that you are acknowledging that. The fifth thing to know is the importance of including any relevant documents. So judges rely heavily on the contents of the affidavit of documents when deciding a case. The failure to disclose a document that later becomes relevant can harm your credibility and can potentially weaken your case. Including incomplete or false information in the affidavit can also lead to legal consequences. The sixth thing to know about the affidavit of documents is in relation to sharing that affidavit. So after the affidavit is prepared, it must be shared with the opposing party, and this process allows both sides to prepare their arguments based on the disclosed evidence. The seventh important thing to know about the affidavit of documents is the consequences for non-compliance. So if a party fails to include relevant documents, they might be barred from using those documents in court. The court may also impose penalties for failing to disclose documents or for providing false or incomplete information. So overall, the affidavit of documents ensures fairness and transparency in Ontario lawsuits by requiring full disclosure of all relevant evidence. If you're unsure about a document and whether it should be included or not, you should get specific advice, and I can be contacted at the information below. It's always a good idea to have a chat. Make sure that you're understanding your obligations for the affidavit of documents.